October might feel like the season when gardens start slowing down, but for smart gardeners, it's actually a perfect planting window. The soil's still warm, the air is cooler, and perennials planted now have time to settle their roots before winter arrives. Come spring, they'll reward you with stronger growth, healthier blooms, and a head start in the season. Today, we'll look at 10 perennials you can plant in October to set the stage for a brighter, better garden next spring.
Let's begin with the graceful Siberian iris, a perennial that delivers some of the earliest and most elegant blooms in spring. This plant produces slender, upright foliage that stays neat throughout the season, and in spring, it bursts with delicate orchid-like flowers in shades of violet, blue, or white. The blooms rise above the leaves on sturdy stems, giving them a refined presence in borders and near water features. Plant Siberian irises in full sun to partial shade, with moist, well-drained soil. They adapt well to garden beds and naturalized settings, and once established, they're hardy, long-lived, and almost carefree. October planting allows their rhizomes to develop strong roots before the ground freezes. In the spring garden, Siberian irises shine as early season anchors. Use them along pathways, at the edge of ponds, or in mixed perennial borders where their vertical form contrasts beautifully with mounding spring flowers.
Next is the ever-popular peony, a spring classic that rewards fall planting with unmatched floral displays. Peonies are beloved for their enormous layered blooms that appear in shades of pink, white, red, and coral. Their flowers are not only visually stunning, but also wonderfully fragrant, making them standouts in both gardens and cut flower arrangements. October is the ideal time to plant bare root peonies. Choose a sunny spot with rich, well-drained soil and plant the eyes, or buds, just below the surface. Too deep, and flowering may be delayed. Peonies take patience, often needing a year or two to hit their stride, but once established, they thrive for decades. In spring, peonies transform borders and foundations with a showy elegance few perennials can rival. Their lush foliage continues to add structure even after the blooms fade, making them a long-lasting investment for your garden. For number 3, let's highlight the tough yet elegant hellebore, also known as the Christmas or Lenten rose. Hellebores are evergreen perennials with glossy, leathery leaves that look fresh even through winter. But their biggest draw is their blooms, which often emerge in late winter or very early spring, well before most other plants have woken up. Their flowers come in a wide palette, from creamy whites to dusky pinks and purples, often with speckled or patterned centers. Plant hellebores in partial to full shade with rich, well-drained soil. They're deer-resistant, drought-tolerant once established, and require little maintenance beyond a quick tidy-up of old leaves before new blooms appear. Planting in October gives them the cool conditions they prefer to root in. In spring, hellebores are garden lifesavers, adding color and life when almost nothing else is in flower. Use them in woodland gardens, shaded entryways, or under deciduous trees where they can shine before the canopy fills out. If you're curious to try it, check the description below. Up next is another perennial that makes October the perfect starting point for a better spring garden. At number 4 is the romantic bleeding heart, a spring favorite with unmistakable charm. This perennial produces arching stems lined with heart-shaped pink flowers.
each one dangling delicately as though telling a story. Its blooms appear in mid to late spring and bring a whimsical, cottage-style beauty to shaded corners of the garden. Plant bleeding heart in partial to full shade with moist, fertile soil. It prefers cool conditions and will go dormant in the heat of summer, but don't worry, it returns each spring without fail. Planting in October allows the roots to establish quietly through fall and winter, ensuring stronger growth in spring. Bleeding heart pairs beautifully with hostas, ferns, and helleborus and woodland-style plantings. Its soft, romantic look makes it a must-have perennial for gardeners who want both character and seasonal impact.
For number 5, we have the dramatic lupine, a perennial that adds vertical flair and vibrant color to spring borders. Lupines send up striking spires of densely packed flowers in shades of purple, blue, pink, and yellow. Their unique form and bold colors make them standouts in cottage gardens and naturalistic plantings, where they provide height and rhythm among other spring bloomers. Plant lupines in full sun with well-drained, slightly acidic soil. They prefer cooler climates and can be grown from seed or young plants. Sowing or planting in October allows them to benefit from natural cold stratification, improving germination and vigor for the following spring. In the spring garden, lupines shine as architectural accents. Combine them with foxgloves, irises, or columbines for layers of vertical color that transform borders into living works of art.
At number 6, we have columbine, a perennial known for its whimsical, nodding flowers that bring playful charm to spring gardens. Columbine blooms in mid to late spring with uniquely spurred flowers in shades of blue, pink, purple, and white. The blooms rise above airy, fern-like foliage, creating a delicate yet eye-catching effect in shaded or partially sunny spots. Their unusual form make them a favorite for adding character and variety to spring borders. Plant columbine in partial shade with moist, well-drained soil. They grow easily from seed, and fall sowing in October allows them to experience the cold period they need for strong germination. Once established, columbine self-seeds gently, ensuring a naturalized drift that feels timeless. In the garden, columbine pairs beautifully with bleeding hearts and hostas, filling gaps with soft movement and seasonal color. Their adaptability and resilience make them a reliable perennial for October planting and spring impact. Next is allium, the ornamental onion that brings bold architecture and late spring blooms. These perennials send up tall stems topped with globe-like clusters of purple, pink, or white star-shaped flowers. The effect is striking, like fireworks frozen in place, and they add vertical interest at a time when many spring bulbs have already finished. Plant allium bulbs in October in full sun with well-drained soil. They prefer drier conditions once established and naturalize easily, forming larger displays over time. Deer and rodents leave them alone, making them an excellent low-maintenance choice. In spring, alliums shine as statement plants in borders and mixed beds. They pair beautifully with peonies, irises, and lupines, providing contrast in both form and timing, and ensuring your garden has layers of bloom. For number 8, let's highlight woodland phlox, a spring perennial perfect for shady spaces. This plant produces clusters of fragrant, starry flowers in soft shades of blue, lavender, or white during early spring. Their blooms provide a much-needed lift in shaded corners,
while their low spread-in habit make them ideal for ground cover. Plant woodland phlox in partial to full shade with moist, well-drained soil. They spread slowly, forming carpets of color that return year after year. October planting gives them time to root and settle before winter, ensuring a strong spring display. In the garden, woodland phlox pairs well with hellebores and bleeding hearts, creating a tapestry of spring flowers in shaded beds. Their fragrance and ability to attract pollinators make them as useful as they are beautiful. Easy to care for and rewarding season after season, this perennial proves that shade gardens can be just as colorful. If you'd like to give it a try, check the description below. Now let's take a look at another cheerful option that brightens borders with golden blooms. At number 9, we have Coreopsis early sunrise, a perennial that kicks off the season with golden yellow blooms. This compact, clumping perennial begins flowering in late spring and continues into summer, adding bright, cheerful color to borders and containers. Its semi-double blooms stand out against the green foliage, creating a sunny presence that lifts any garden. Plant Coreopsis in full sun with well-drained soil. It's drought-tolerant once established and requires minimal care beyond occasional deadheading to extend blooming. Fall planting gives the roots time to establish, resulting in stronger growth next season. In spring gardens, early sunrise is perfect for front-of-border plantings, mass plantings, or container displays. Its long bloom time and low maintenance needs make it a reliable choice for October gardeners planning ahead. Finally, we round out the list with Echinacea, or coneflower, a perennial that adds both beauty and resilience to spring and summer gardens. Recognizable for its prominent cone-shaped centers and wide, colorful petals, Echinacea blooms from midsummer, but benefits greatly from being sown or planted in the fall. Starting in October allows the seeds to undergo natural stratification, ensuring healthier germination in spring. Echinacea prefers full sun and well-drained soil. Once established, it's drought-tolerant, low-maintenance, and highly attractive to pollinators. Planting now means stronger plants with earlier, more abundant blooms next season. In spring and beyond, Echinacea is a versatile perennial for borders, prairie-style plantings, and pollinator gardens. Its long-lasting flowers and sturdy form guarantee that the investment you make in October pays off for years to come. And there you have it, 10 perennials you can plant in October that will reward you with healthier, stronger, and more beautiful gardens come spring. From graceful irises to bold peonies and pollinator-friendly coneflowers, each of these plants takes advantage of the cool fall planting window to settle in and prepare for the next growing season. So if you're looking to give your garden a head start, now is the time to get planting. Which of these perennials are you most excited to try in your own space? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow gardeners. It helps us keep bringing you tips and inspiration for every season.